Good morning, everyone. Today topic fibrinolytics and antifibrinolytics. These are the very important in cardiovascular system. Comes to these are the drugs used to lyse thrombi or clot. Okay, if already formed the clot, that clot will be lysis to recanalize occluded blood vessels, okay, in coronary arteries. In venous thrombi are lysed more easily by fibrinolytics than atrial, and recent thrombi respond better. Okay, these recent thrombi are responding are better one. They have little effect on thrombi more than 3 days old. Okay, but that net effect will be lysis. Comes to the how, what is the mechanism of action of this one? Plasminogen to plasmin conversion will be there. That plasmin insoluble fiber will be soluble one, will be encourages. Okay, the plasmin will be fibrin insoluble to fibrin soluble, encouraging will be there. So these are the drugs will be encourage the fibrin solubility will be increases. So what are the drugs are streptokinase, urokinase, altiplase, tinactiplase. Streptokinase, it is the first fibrinolytic disease are used in the classification. Okay, this is obtained from staphylococci, okay, bacteria. So that's why it is having the antigenic properties. So it is having antigen antibody properties. Hypersensitivity reactions are very common. It is not fibrin, it is not a fibrin selective one, that is generalized lytic state will be there. Acts on fibrin bound as well as plasminogen circulating in blood. So this will be act on two types, plasminogen binding or circulating fibrin. Two stages are there. In the two stages that will be activated and lysis will be done, and more risk is for bleeding. Okay, more risk of this, all the drugs are bleeding. It is more antigenic and pyogenic because of the bacteria. Anti-streptococcal antibodies are formed within 4 to 5 days of streptokinase, which is destroyed by drug. Okay, this these antibodies will be present within 1 year. So after in 1 year gap, this injection should not be give. If gives, antigen antibody reactions will be occur. So give IV infusion, loading dose is required. Half life is 80 minutes. Okay, advantage is very cheapest one, and disadvantage is more hypersensitive reactions are there. Bleeding, allergic reactions like fever, chill, rashes, hypotension, anaphylactic type of reactions. But advantage is there, fibrinolysis less, and reduction of myocardial and MI is also less. Okay, dose is 2.5 lakh units over 10 minutes, followed by 1 lakh units, followed by 1 to 3 days. Next drug is urokinase. Urokinase, it is an enzyme obtained from human urine. That's why it is named as uro. Okay, and kinase is a enzyme. ASE is a enzyme. Now obtained from human kidney cells cultures also directly converts plasminogen to plasmin. After conversion of plasmin, that will be unstable fibrin to soluble fibrin will be happen. It's a non-antigenic, non-pyrogenic, metabolized in liver, not fibrin selective. It is not destroyed by the anti-streptococcal antibodies. Given initially, the bolus dose followed by infusion, half-life is 15 to 20 minutes. Advantages are there, can be given in patients who streptokinase was used earlier. And adverse effects, bleeding. Mainly is the bleeding and hypersensitivity reactions. And also it is binds to within fibrin first, clot selective one. Dose is 3 lakhs units over 10 minutes, followed by 3 lakh units per hour, 12 hours interval. Altiplase, it is a tissue plasminogen activator. derived from human tissue cultures by the recombinant DNA technology. This is a somewhat costliest drug compared to the streptokinase and urokinase. Altiplase and retiplase are this is a recombinant DNA technology drug. This will be very less side effects compared to the streptokinase and urokinase. All are clot fibrin selective one, activates fibrin bound plasminogen without affecting circulating plasminogen, less risk of bleeding compared to this streptokinase and urokinase. Less risk of bleeding. Shorter acting of plasminogen activator inhibitor inactivates altiplase rapidly. So it is not antigenic, virogenic, rapidly acting, more potent, more effective, and costliest drug. Not destroyed by anti-streptococcal antibodies. Shortest T half is there, used as IV infusion, and it is given in IV bolus followed by IV. Half-life is 5 to 10 minutes. Advantages of capable of dissolving in aging, lysis resistant thrombi. Adverse effects: less bleeding, no effect on circulating plasminogen, less allergic reaction, non-antigenic, hypotension and fever. Heparin should be given along with altiplase to prevent the reocclusion. Low dose aspirin should be prescribed following fibrinolysis. Can be used for diagnosis of ST segment elevation. Doses 15 mg IV. Loading dose followed by 40 mg over 30 mg slowly, then 35 mg over 60 minutes. Come to the another one, retiplase. It is produced by recombinant technology. It is longer acting drug, less selective for fibrin bound plasminogen. The longer action permits a double bolus IV administration of 18 mg. That is 10 units over 2 minutes each, 30 minutes apart in the case of ST segment elevated MI. Dose adjustments is needed in liver and kidney damages. Coming to another one, tenecteplase. It is a higher fibrin selective one, slower plasma clearance, longer duration of action, and resistance to inhibition of PA1. And it is also fibrinolytic agent that can be injected IV as a single bolus dose over 10 seconds. The fractures. This feature makes it possible to institute fibrinolytic therapy immediately on diagnosis of ST segment elevated MI, even during transport of the patient to the hospital. This is the future man. Dose 0.5 mg per kg single IV infusion infection. What are the uses of this fibrinolytics? These fibrinolytics all will cause the bleeding. So this can be useful in clotting area, acute myocardial infarction, deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolism, peripheral arterial occlusion, and stroke. These are all the conditions we need blood freely moving in the blood vessel. Coming to the antifibrinolytics, these are drugs which inhibit plasminogen activation and dissolution of clot. So, epicillin aminocaproic acid (EACA) and tranexamic acid. These two are antifibrinolytics. This will block the bleeding. So if the over bleeding is there, these drugs should be given. Suppose example, tooth extraction, over bleeding is there, we need to give like adrenaline sprays or this antifibrinolytics. Tranexamic acid is more useful one. It binds lysine binding site on plasminogen and prevents the combination with fibrin leading to fibrinolysis. It is a 7 times more potent than caproic acid and preferred for prevention and control of excessive bleeding due to so many reasons. Okay. Epsilon aminocaproic acid is administered orally or intravenously. It is used mainly to control the bleeding due to the overdosage of fibrinolytics after tooth extraction and surgery in hemophilics. It can also be used in hematuria and bleeding following obstetric complications. It rarely causes myopathy and muscle necrosis. Coming to the uses of antifibrinolytic, overdose of fibrinolysis. after cardiopulmonary bypass surgeries, after tonsillectomy, prostatic surgeries, tooth extraction in hemophilus, menorrhage, especially due to IUCD patients, recurrent epistaxis, ocular trauma, bleeding, peptic ulcer. In this all the condition, bleeding is the common. Adverse effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, giddiness, thrombopolitics. Thank you for listening.